Hello everyone. This is the little painting that we're going to try to do today. It's a simple little painting. It's 11 inches across and 7 inches down. And it's just a painting of mountains, a lake, and a real pretty little tree there by the water and some grass. And so I'm going to show you how I did this. Now, as I do this, it won't come out exactly the same. No painting should come out exactly the same because every painting is original. This is one I did earlier that I kind of used to go by. And then I added some things to it. And this is where we ended up. So I hope that you're going to enjoy this one. And here we go. We're going to start out with some blue, just some light blue sky. And these are the main brushes I'll be using. I've got a flat one. I've got one that I've really kind of fuzzed out here to do stippling for the tree and the grass. And then this little one here I'll probably use for the tree trunk. Okay? But you use what you've got. As that's what we have to do. Use what we've got. Okay. Then we're going to start out with the sky here real quickly. I'm just going to wet my paper down just a little bit. I'm using acrylic paints. And here we go with this very pretty sky. And I'm just going back and forth. The first time I did this, and it may do it again, I got some light and dark areas that just made perfect little clouds in the sky. And I was very happy about that. Use whatever happens is my motto. If it happens, it probably happens for a reason, and there's nothing you can't fix. It's just paint and paper. Okay, so we're going to call that good enough for the sky. Do you see how I got some light and dark in there, and it kind of looks cloudy? Let's put a little bit darker here in the corners. I always like that because a little bit darker in the corners will draw your eyes more to the center of the painting. That's usually good. Okay, good enough. Then the next thing that we're going to do here is we're going to come on down with a little bit darker paint. I might even add a little bit of purple in with that blue and some water added to it. And then I'm going to come on down because this is going to be our lake area. Yep, this is going to be the area of the lake. And so we're just coming on down with that. Making some beautiful water here. Okay. And I'm trying to do this as quickly as I can because honestly, I don't want you to get bored from watching me. We like things done quickly. I mean, I find that even with myself, I want people to get to the point with things. So I have to do that too. Okay, there's a little bit of this. Add a little bit more purple in that just because I like it and I can. I think purple's my favorite color to add to anything. And again, I might make those corners just a little bit darker. Okay, next we're going to go to this first set of mountains, and they are, we're going to make them pretty blue, kind of a darker blue. Let's try that. Here goes the mountains. And these mountains are just up and down and up and over. Okay? We can always come back and just kind of clean them up if we want to. And I kind of like to do that because I'm going to have more than just one set of mountains in here. Today, I'm going to make another row of this because, like I said, I kind of want this to come down a little bit farther because I'm going to put more mountains in here. Yeah, because I like my mountains. Okay. Then this next row of mountains, guess what? I'm going to add a little bit of purple to that blue. Yep. Purple Mountains Majesty, I guess. Okay, and then I'm just going to get a little more water here. And then I'm going to add another row of mountains here. Oh, they're so pretty. Yes, they are. Then I'm going to go back again. So I want to make sure that they come down far enough. Okay. And anything that you don't like, change it. Okay. Although sometimes it's good just to stop. Just to stop and not try to keep doing more. Because sometimes if we just keep trying to do more, we will really mess things up. Okay, then at this point, I'm going to go into some brown. I'm not even going to clean my brush. I'm just going to go into some brown here. And these closest mountains, here they go. Okay. I didn't get enough on the top of my brush. Here we go. Now we're getting there. And this paper, because it's wet, it's going to be kind of wiggly and squiggly. Don't worry about it. It will straighten out as it dries. Okay? All right, let me see if I'm happy with that. Not quite. I want this to come down a little bit further there. Not much, though, because we've got to have room for our lake. Okay. All right. There we go. Now then, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take, actually, I'm going to take a little bit of black right on the very end of my brush here. And I'm going to put in some tree trunks here and there along in front of this last mountain. I don't know where they are. They're just kind of all over the place. Some's big, some's little. It won't matter. And because we're going to basically cover most of them up, but not all of them. Okay, then I'm going to clean this brush out just a bit. And okay. And then I'm going to take some green. And remember that brush I told you that was kind of frazzled out? Well, that's the one I'm going to use to stipple in some greenery. And this must be summertime because look at all this green. Yeah, and just kind of think about where the leaves might be. And you're going to get some different colors of green in here, and that's awfully good. Okay, kind of back up and see if you like it. That was a little bit too thick. I bring some of it over here and over there and everywhere. Okay. Then I also am wanting a darker green, and I'm going to try to get that by adding just a little bit of black in it, because I don't know right offhand. I have a darker green, but honestly, I don't know where it is right now. So we're going to go with this. There we go. Now we're getting a good color. Down here at the bottom, there's going to be brush and stuff growing off in here. I wanted to make that brush and whatnot just a little bit different color. Maybe even add a little red and purple to that. Let's see what I get. Something kind of nice, I hope. But there we go. Okay. You can still kind of see the trunks and things through there. And I'm going to clean this out right quick. In this other picture, I added a little more white in that green, but I'm not going to worry about that right this minute. And we are going to grab our flat brush again here. And I'm going to go back into that brown. This is basically just the brown. And I'm going to put a little more earth in here. You know, we need, all these trees have to have something that they are growing in. And I like to put this kind of down at the bottom, but I also like to go kind of up between the trees and down in the water a bit. Because like I said, the trees gotta have some good old earth to grow in, or they aren't going to work at all for us. Okay, so there's some earth down in there. And again, your paper is going to get wiggly from being wet. Don't worry too much about it. It'll straighten out later. Okay, there is that. And I'm going to do something here that I forgot to do earlier. And that is, I'm going to get my brush kind of wet. Oopsie, it's got too much brown on it. A little brown's okay for this, but not too much. And then I'm going to put a little bit of a wet green in here. I'm going to pull this all down a bit. And try to pull this down as straight as I can, even with my wiggly squiggly paper here, because this is going to become some reflections for us. Kind of brown and green and all that. And that's very good. It just comes straight down with it. There's a lot of reflections that end up in the water. A bunch of them. Okay, there's that. And you could even go in and put a few of the trunks and stuff in there if you wanted to. But I'm going to leave this just like that for this moment. And I'm going to wrench out my brush a little bit more. And then I'm going to take some of this blue, and I'm just going to go straight over that. That gives us that effect that these are reflections in the water. Okay. And like I said, when you're doing this, please take your time. I'm trying to hurry along because I don't want you to get bored, like I said. Okay, there is that part. Then, oh, I have one more brush here. I don't know if you can see this one or not. But this is my fan brush, and I am going to take my fan brush now into some green, and I'm going to just flip that up like this and make some grasses that are coming up out here. Yep. We could have left a little bit more room for our water to show through, but you can do that when you're taking more time with yours. And then I'm going to put even a little bit of this darker in there too. Maybe not quite so high, but a little bit more of this darker grass in here too. So that really makes it look rooted in here. Like there's some ground there that it's growing out of. And we know there is. Okay. And then I'm going to wrench that one out a bit. And we are going to go to our tree. And for the tree, I'm going to take this little filbert brush. I hope you can see it. I'm going to dip it right into some of this brown. And maybe even, I may take and make this brown just a bit darker than it is. Because the thing is, you have to go dark on light, or we won't see it. So, here is, this oak tree has some absolutely fabulous roots on it. And there they are. Big old roots. Yeah. Okay, and then the tree is going to come right on up here. Yep. It's going to come right on up. And now I'm going to add a little bit of a lighter side to it here too. Not real light, but a little bit there. Just so we can see it better. And then I'm going to try to, get some of these branches going out here. There's some branches so that you can see them. And maybe one coming down here. Make that a little bit darker for now. Just so we can see it. Okay. And most of this is going to get covered up, so it won't matter that much. But we need a little bit of something in there so we know where we're going with this. Okay. And it'd be fun to make that tree a bit more twisted, but I kind of didn't get that going to begin with, so we'll just leave it as is. I like twisted trees. Okay, there is this, and then we're going to take that frayed out brush I showed you. What in the world did I do with it? Here it is. Okay. This is the one that I did the green with. Can you see how frayed out that is? Okay. And we're going to go into some red and into some white. And this is just going to be a dip dotty thing that we do when we get this the color that we like it, want it. And come up here and start dip dotting in here. Leave some areas open. Think about how these leaves might fall down over things, how they might you know, how they're going to cluster, how they're going to kind of fall over themselves here. Put a little bit in there just because I want to. Then I'm going to go back and get a little more color on here. And there might be some areas down here that there's probably some limbs out in there. Okay, there you go. And you see, this one didn't come out exactly like that one. It's not supposed to. Each one is its own creation. And let's see if there's anything else we want to do to this other than maybe put a water line in it. And then when it's dry, we can sign it. Okay? Always remember to sign your work because that is truly important. Okay. And then for that water line, I'm going to take this straight brush again and just go into some white just on the edge of it. And I'm going to try to go along here and just keep this water line kind of as straight as I can down through here. You know, like that. And then let's see, what else do we want to do? Oh, I know what we might want to do. We might want to take and just so that this picture looks more balanced, because right now it's kind of heavy with the tree over here. Let's take some of our red and white, and maybe there's some of this coming right out in here. We don't know. This may be another tree out there that's just showing up here. We don't know. Oh, that's pretty though. I like that. And that'll just give it some balance. Let's see. Also, we could even put a little bit out in here if we want to. Just to say, hey, there might be some more of these out here somewhere. Okay. I think that's it. When this dries, we can put our name on it. And again, this one you can see I made the water a little bit darker and I made a wider area for the water. You can do that in this one if you want to. It's really up to you. We could add a little bit more of this darker in here if we want to. Just, you know, just like put some little wavy spaces in there if you want that darker. So that's how I did it. Here's where we ended up. And I'm going to take this tape off now so that, just so that you can see kind of what it looks like with the frame. Again, this is 11 inches across and 7 inches down. So it's a small painting, but it's fun to do. And you can take this basic idea and just add a lot of different things to it. I may do this again, do the same basic one somewhere in the future and add something else to it. You could put a little boat in there. You could put birds in the sky. Just use your imagination. And there you go. Don't forget to put your name on it when it dries and have fun. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.